Okay, who is Gatsby Randolph? Yo, this is a crazy story. This is nuts. When you watch this, you're going to see every big name in Hollywood, every big name in music. This is I mean seriously, and I love what the producer said as well. If you're a nobody, it's hard to get into that room, that access to all the major stars in a lifestyle like my guy is living right there. You could see clearly, right? But how does a person crack that access? You know what I'm
100%.
saying? And it's a journey, isn't it?
100%, man. I believe, as creatives, we want to perform at the top, of our game. We want to play
Yes,
on the
sir.
world stage. So that leads us to LA, or New York. Well, especially in Hollywood, when you get here, no one talks about this dilemma that we all face. I'm sure
Hmm.
when you was coming into the game, there was dilemmas that you faced about how do you become who you want to be in the future if you can't get to the people who can give you the opportunities.
That's it. That's it.
And so this movie was about cracking that code and documenting that for everybody to see.
Man, talk to me and talk to us about that code and what it entails to like crack that code and what is the code for those who may not know.
Okay, so here's the thing. So let me give you a little context. So, like yourself, I was in music first. So I grew up in Memphis, Tennessee. I was a big DJ, high school party promoter.
Memphis.
Yeah, I was, keep it real. I was breaking Yo Gotti records in 10th grade. You know what I'm saying? So that's how far I go back. You
Yes,
know what I mean?
sir. Yes,
And so
sir.
when I was coming out of Memphis, you had 3 6 Mafia and you had 8 Ball and MJG, down south hip hop legends, but it was really hard to get a record to go past 100 miles. You know what I'm saying? It just
Hmm.
wouldn't come out of that. It was before the internet like that, right? And so I wanted to be in entertainment, and so I got into nightlife, and I'm doing that, but I still wasn't having the impact on culture I wanted to have.
Hmm.
And then so I get into managing these artists, and one day I get a call from Universal Republic, and they're gonna sign my group, sign my act, and so I get a plane ticket to come out here, come all the way out to LA, and I think at like my first day in LA living here, I'm thinking I'm gonna get $1 million check. Like go to
Right.
Universal offices, everything is going great, you know what I mean, and then
Yeah.
we take a little meeting, we take a recess, and then the executive's like, yo, come back this evening. We want to go to the studio and have one more meeting. And this other executive is going to come and he's going to love you. Well, I don't know what happened, but when the other executive came in the room, he just really wasn't feeling me like that. And I
Uh-oh.
literally see what I thought was going to be $1 million deal get balled up and thrown in the trash. And I'm homeless. I have nowhere to go.
Oh
You know
no.
what I mean? And
Yeah.
that's the quintessential LA story. So I made up my mind that day. I was like, yo, I'm gonna reinvent myself and I'm gonna play at the highest level. I'm gonna get to know everybody who only has the power to say yes. Like if you ain't got the power to say yes, I don't want. That's rule number one. Only deal with people who have the power to say yes. You know what I mean? And so I turned into what I call a young black aristocrat, and I created Gatsby Randolph. You know what I mean? And
Yes,
literally
sir.
from that second day, man, I just made sure I was in every room that was that was the most elite. I made sure I was in every elite room, and before you
And
know
you
it,
could see it too, man.
oh, thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. So
You did
that's what
that.
I did. So, I think when it comes to cracking that code, I think is one, you got to believe in yourself. You got to know you belong in the room. Like I tell people all the time, it's like, you know, whether I'm at, Vanity Fair, Oscar party, or my front row at the Grammys, usually I don't have a ticket, but I am the ticket. You know what I'm saying? So when, when you are the ticket, what
Yes,
you need a
sir.
ticket for? You know what I'm saying? Puff ain't got no ticket. Jay ain't got no ticket. I ain't got no ticket. We
Yeah.
are the ticket. So, like,
Yeah.
understand that it's really a mental thing. You know what I mean? And I
Yeah.
display that in this film.
What did you learn about celebrity and maybe that you did not necessarily know or necessarily understand, but you so close to all that access and every celebrity, every playmaker, right? What
Yeah.
did you learn from that you may not have already learned or
Well,
known?
what I learned was there's what I call, kings speak the same language, or for females, the royals speak the same language. And there's an aura. It's a difference between, it's like style and fashion. You know what I mean? Or swag and fashion. Like any dude who hits the lottery tomorrow can go to Neiman Marcus and go get whatever he wants off the mannequin. but he ain't gonna rock it like you. Cause when the swag is in you, you're gonna rock it a certain type of way, right?
Yes, sir.
So it's the same way. It goes past clothes. Like when you walk in a room, because the funny thing I noticed is like when I walk in the room, like I got cool with Jeff Bezos, and this is how I got cool with Jeff Bezos.
Wow.
You know, walking in a room, you realize that the playing field evens because no one can bring their Lambo, no one can bring the yacht, no one can bring the mansion. When you walk in that room, it's you and whatever you say, whatever comes out your mouth and your aura to the next man. And I believe all the generals or the kings or the royal family, we speak the same language and that aura is picked up. So that's one thing I didn't know, that you could be talking to the richest man in the world, but if he sees in you what he sees in himself, and you're gonna know it, you know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna ooze out of you, you know what I mean? And then it's gonna be a mutual level of respect, and that's something I definitely picked up, you know what I mean, being at that level.
Yes, sir. Yeah, no, I like that, man. Does everyone have it figured out when it comes to celebrity? Do they have all the answers?
Well, see, I think it's our experiences that mold our characters, right? So if you ain't never seen no shit, you ain't never experienced it, how would you ever know? So that's why, like, for instance, this is my first film, but a lot of people think I interviewed, like, it's my 10th film. It's only because I've had the experiences to be around enough seasoned people who are cultured and textured so I can have a conversation at that level. So I think when people first come into the game, right, whether that be an NBA contract, whether that be an NFL contract or a record deal, all this shit is new to them, right? So they may not have it. They may be a little rusty, but it's over years of the game slowing down and you understanding it. Then you walk in the room and be like, oh yeah, I know I belong. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm the vibe, right? And then, you know, you just sort of find your swag in it.
You know, it sounds like confidence and willing to learn is what it honestly takes, right? I mean, confidence, willing to learn, and you in the building, maybe a little, humility, maybe. But how much humility? How much of that is necessary? I mean, or do you just walk around like you own the place, and that's what it is? Because everyone else is walking around, you know, like they own the place.
Well, this is what I always say. I'm gonna give you this quick story
Yes,
to give you
sir.
some context about how I got cool with Jeff Bezos, right? So
That's a big relationship.
Yeah, I'm gonna break it down for everybody who's listening. This is how you can do it. You know what I'm saying? My whole thing is to teach and educate. So what you do is, one, a person needs to see you on three different occasions. Okay, this is actually it's two stories. This is between me and Jeff Bezos. This happened between me and Jay-Z too. But a person needs to see you three different occasions. So what I used to do was I used to get up like my first week in LA when I ain't have shit. I ain't have $1 to my name. And I was out here, I was like, yo, I'm going to just go where the people who've already made it are. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people don't leave their comfort zone, but I'm like, yo, they ain't giving away no $1 million checks in the hood. You got to go where they're giving away $1 million checks. So I would get up and I would go to the Polo Lounge in the Beverly Hills Hotel every day at 8 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? So every day at 8 o'clock. And then you got to, you got to dress appropriate. So I wouldn't even wear this. I notice everyone at the Polo Lounge at 8 o'clock in the morning, they leaving, getting their workout in. They playing tennis. So I went to go I got my biker shorts with the tights. I had a whole get up. I had my tennis racket. Never even played tennis. Then next thing you know, I'm in the Polo Lounge, right? And I noticed like, dang, they go Steven Spielberg, they go Jeff Bezos, all these guys, they come here and they have breakfast, right? Ron Burkle. And I would just sit there and I would just order a coffee and fake read the newspaper. And I would just pick up on game. And I noticed a few times that he saw me a few times. And maybe a year passes by, we're doing this little song and dance. And then one day I'm at Vanity Fair Oscar party and he sees me again. But now he sees me in another element in his bubble and it's a different context. So when he sees me this time, this is what you got to do. Like after you see a person that third time and you see him in a different place, you got to walk up to him and you got to be like, motherfucker. You got to call him a motherfucker. The first thing you say has to be motherfucker.
Why?
Because when you do it, you got to do it like you're giving him a compliment, though. You got to be like this. Man, you the baddest motherfucker in town. I've been looking for you all day.
So you play to the ego a little bit, right?
You got to play to the ego.
Yes,
now,
sir.
And then that's going to even the playing field because what he's thinking is, man, I'm the richest man in the world, and I ain't been called a motherfucker in a long time, but I am a bad motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, because you got to wonder, everyone is walking on eggshells around them.
Exactly. You got to do that. And once you call him a motherfucker loud, we can hear you. He's going to give you a big hug and introduce you to his family. That's what's going to happen. And then you got to say something like, oh, man, we got to change the world together. And then here's another thing. Another tip is, well, once you got them on a hook like that, never have a business card. Bosses do bosses with people on the phone, and you go to their house. So just make sure you got your phone ready. Say, man, give me your contact. We're going to connect at another time and walk away. You don't ask for shit. So that's one of my little tips. You know what I'm saying?
Wow, dog. But yeah, you're right. I mean, it's psychological, if anything, I believe. You have to know how to play the mind, and body language is everything as well. Why go with the name Gatsby? It's just because of the sophistication?
Well, yeah. Well, you know what I noticed? Like I said, I was in nightlife. I was heavy. I broke a lot of records in the South. And I went to a HBCU, Tennessee State, and a lot of kids came from either Memphis or Atlanta. So I had a swag surfing when it first came out, and Roscoe Dash, that whole ATL movement. But what I noticed when I came to Hollywood, the people who I was trying to attract to my orbit, they weren't going to nightclubs. You may can catch them at, a gala or an art show. So I was like, I have to align all of my interests with things that are the natural appetite of the clientele, which is the 1%. So when you're dealing with the wealthiest people in the world, I got into horses. Like, I'm an equestrian, like what are horses? We'll picture one of my Arabians right there, but I got into horses. I got into art. I got into, yachts. I got into everything that had to do with the 1%. And I thought that, Gatsby Randolph was an appropriate name to embody that.
Yeah, it got a nice little ring to it.
It sounds like a name you could trust. It sounds like this guy comes from the Gatsby family, and they own God knows what, and he knows what he's doing. Hey, Leche, this story right here, this documentary, this movie, this film, reminded me of you, Leche. Honestly, man, getting into certain things. This guy Leche right here is my man, my young shooter right here. Lecheto can get into any room. I've seen him do it before, and he can speak to anyone, and I've seen it done before. This guy is real, he's real slick with it.
Gatsby, we was talking before the interview. I was like, when the drip's in you, it's in you, right?
When the drip's in you,
it's in you.
It's not on you, it's in you.
And going back to, I think it's all confidence. Primo, confidence to know that you can do it. Confident enough to know that you don't know everything, but you're willing to learn. It's all confidence. It really is confidence, and you can be confident knowing you don't know everything, but you're willing 100%. To learn, and confident that you're going to learn, and confident you're going to adapt, and confident you're going to win. It's all confidence, really.
It 100%. Really boils down just to confidence.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, and that's what I wanted to show people in this film. So, just to let you know, I didn't know I was going to make a movie about this. So this is how this thing, because you see the names on the list. Yeah, you see the names on the list, and a person thinks like, who is this guy? How could he make a movie like this? Well, it was sort of, I stumbled up on this. So what happened was, once I got out here and I lost the deal, for the next 2 years, I created this persona, and I'm throwing these lavish parties. I'm at every red carpet. And one day, towards the end of the film, the climax scene of the film, I'm in the middle of a business deal. I'm trying to close this business deal. And the people who I'm closing the deal with, they want to go to Vanity Fair's Oscar party. And I didn't know
the biggest party, man.
The biggest party in the world. Know what I'm saying?
The biggest party in the world.
Yes. So for the audience who doesn't know that, so you can let them know how big of a deal this is.
I mean, it's intense.
And I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I thought it was a long shot, and I knew a lady whose husband won an Oscar in 1994. Now, this is a true story I'm about to tell you. So I'm thinking to myself, man, I need to get these investors into this party. I called a lady and convinced her to give me her husband's Oscar for the night. She comes and drops a real Oscar off at my house. Now I have a real Oscar on Oscar night. I called 10 people, 10 of the flyest people in my phone who I knew had a tuxedo. Put on the tuxedo, put on the ball gown, meet me up at the house. We going to Vanity Fair Oscar party. I take an Oscar from 1994. And when you get there, it's helicopter patrol. They got cops everywhere. Yeah. The cop comes to the door because we ain't got credentials. We ain't got shit, right? And literally when the cop comes to the door, I said, listen, I need an escort. Escort me and the car behind me up to the red carpet. He said, who are you? I looked at the cop dead in his face, and I stuck the Oscar in his face and said, a black man won tonight. He said, the winners are here. The winners are here. Right to the red carpet. And give us an escort up to the red carpet. Now, once we get up to the red carpet, there's 400 cameras as soon as you step out. But I had been so many places in the last 2 years, everyone assumed Of course, Gatsby's a movie producer. That's why everyone knows him, because I had the Oscar. So now, Good Morning America. Now, mind you, this is not just like, yeah, it was Jennifer Aniston and Tom Ford and Vince Vaughn. Everyone's congratulating me because these people have partied with me, been to my home, I've been to their homes, but they didn't know what I did. So everyone assumes that I won an Oscar, and then Good Morning America is like, yo, Gatsby. It was Good Morning America, a Variety magazine. Everyone's interviewing me as an Oscar winner. Now, from that moment there, when I woke up in the morning, I said, yo, I got to make a movie about this. In order to make the movie, I spent the last 5 years of my life reliving the original two to capture all of this again. So to shoot the Vanity Fair Oscar scene, the next year, I had to go get the Oscar again. I had to bring a camera crew with me, get a camera crew into Vanity Fair and shoot all of these scenes. All of the cameos that you see in this movie, from Jay-Z, Beyonce, Reese Witherspoon, Vince Vaughn, Kanye West, Kim Kardashian, I had to go find these people, reenact moments that we had already done before, and record it and to make this movie.
That's mind you, it's got to come off natural. It's got to come off as if it's the first time you've
100%. So that took us years to do, and now the movie is finally going to come up, and we're officially in the Oscar race. So we're delighted about that.
Yo, you are, man, Mr. Finesse.
Yeah, Gatsby. For those that say, yo, that's faking it till you make it. What do you answer to that? What's your rebuttal?
Well, see, this is the part where people have to understand. At what point of your process in your personal journey do you realize that you don't need validation to know you're great? Because, and this is what I mean by that. Michael Jordan may be the greatest basketball player to ever live, right? Arguably, between him and LeBron James, right? Mm-hmm. Do you think Michael Jordan knew he was the greatest basketball player after he won his 6th title and some sportscaster said he's the greatest basketball player? No, he knew that shit when he first started. At some point in Michael Jordan's life, he knew, I'm the baddest motherfucker on earth. Because I'm the baddest motherfucker on earth, I'm going to outwork everybody. I'm going to outpractice everybody. I'm going to hit every shot. And it was the actions based on his conviction that led him to being the baddest motherfucker on earth. So the point of the matter is, when I lost that deal, the $1 million deal, the joke wasn't on me. I knew I was the baddest motherfucker in Hollywood who needed the deal. They didn't know that. So the last 5 years I was spending doing the actions to prove to everybody else, this is why you should have gave me the $1 million in the first place, you dimwit. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
but
sir.
so that's the thing. It's like, and that's for you to know in your own journey. But at some point you can't wait on somebody else to validate you. Because if it wasn't supposed to happen, I wouldn't even be sitting here talking to y'all. If I wasn't supposed to be in the room, I wouldn't be having this interview. We wouldn't be up for an Oscar right now. So I don't believe it's fake it till you make it. I think you got to dream it till you real life it. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, no, for real. What you did was you spoke it and acted it into existence.
100%. Because at some point, your perception catches up with your reality.
Yes, sir.
It was one point where the first day I called myself Gatsby, I was only Gatsby to myself. Me and my best friend Sean, who's the co-star. Now, most people in Hollywood only know me as Gatsby. They don't even know my government name. You know what I'm saying? So
yes,
whether it be, like I said, a Tom Ford or Vince Vaughn, they only know Gatsby. So when the movie comes out, they'll see for the first time, where my backstory came from.
Who is Gatsby Randolph? Now, was there footage that you may or may not have that didn't make it because it was just too much?
Yes. You know what I'm saying? Now, This shit, you keep it real, because I wanted to give people the rawest form of a taste of Hollywood. You know what I mean? I wanted to make a movie that I would want to see on my first day coming to Hollywood. Because every day there's trains, boats, planes coming here from all over the world, right? Mm-hmm. But there's no blueprint to this shit. And I want to give people a realistic, so I'm Mr. King of this. It's jacuzzi time. You catching me professional today, but usually I'm silk robes and jacuzzis and champagne, and we see what happens. We got to make love to the moon tonight. So when people, know me, I do have this saying I got to introduce to the cruise show, and that's more champagne, cashmere, and caviar. So you hear me say that a lot,
Yes, sir.
But there was scenes I couldn't put in. There was some jacuzzi scenes, and there was some late night scenes that I had in. And then when I found out that the Oscars accepted the film in the running, I had to cut it because I was like, I don't want to.
Gotta be careful.
I didn't want to go OD on him. You know what I mean? I'm like, that may have to be on a director's cut or something like that.
Yep, exactly. Now, did you get to? I don't know your status as far as a relationship goes, but did you get to hang out with any celebrity women? Names that we may know.
Oh yeah, listen.
Privately?
You know what happened was, I was on a show. So the first time that experience, like, I was dating Golden Brooks from Girlfriends, the actress.
Yes,
and
sir.
I was on a show, and Hollywood is small. So this is when I realized, like, I gotta repolitic this thing, because, we cool. We weren't trying to get married. It was just, okay, it's cool. You fly, let's get on the show. Let's be an example of what it's supposed to look like.
Right. So
I do the show. Then I look up, and it looked like every 90s sitcom person who I looked up to. You just you just name the shows, like all the 90s sitcoms, back to back. I was like, it looked like I'm doing guest appearance on every 90s sitcom show. So that's how my days was looking. So I was like, oh no, I don't want to burn myself like that. But I really look at it like, I'm just a man of the town, you know what I mean? So you never know who I'll be spotted with. I keep great relationships with people, and, I just mentioned that one because that's already public record.
I already feel that. Yeah, no, listen, a lot of Hollywood, not most, but a lot of Hollywood is you're famous because you're famous.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're a celebrity because you're a celebrity. Sometimes people may not know what you do or who you are, but if you're in that crowd, you're in that circle, and you're walking and talking that talk, man, you are flying.
Well, one of the things that I realized, I think the Kardashians did this the best. It's Hollywood, and this is a real gem.
Yeah.
Hollywood, see, the audience, LA 92.3, they didn't know I was going to masterclass. They in masterclass right now. You're in Gatsby's masterclass.
Yes, sir.
I'm just giving you these jewels. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but Hollywood is the only place on earth where there's an actual portal between you, like celebrity, I'm considering yourself a celebrity, Cruz, you're a public figure, celebrity, and the rest of the world, the civilians. And that place is the red carpet. See, the reason why at the Oscars or the Grammys, a person like Tom Ford would give J-Lo $100,000 or more to wear a dress is because Jennifer Lopez is only Jennifer Lopez for 5 minutes on the red carpet. Now, you may be thinking to yourself, well, no, she was J-Lo on Made in Manhattan. No, she worked at a hotel and was a maid in Made in Manhattan. She's Jennifer Lopez, not the character in the movie, but the real person, for 5 minutes on that red carpet. And when that reporter from Variety magazine says, J-Lo, what are you wearing tonight? And Jennifer Lopez says, oh, I'm dressed in Tom Ford. That's what a kid in China is going to read tomorrow. So it's that frequency of that moment of whatever's said on that red carpet, whatever's done on that red carpet, that's the world's news. So what the Kardashians realized was like, look, we can keep intercepting that frequency over and over and over again. And then when everyone wakes up in the world, they'll just keep seeing us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so that is sort of like, one of the nuances about celebrity, and one of the special things about Hollywood is what happens today is going to affect tomorrow in the rest of the world.
Yo, are you putting a lot of this on the gram?
Oh, man, you got to go to my IG. Everything's on IG. Well, a lot of the jewels that I'm giving, they're going to catch in the movie. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So when you go to my IG, you just see me, living my life. And I got a lot of, people who everyone recognizes, celebrities and stuff. But the intellect and the jewels, that's sort of in the film. This is the deeper layer of Gatsby. You know what I mean?
That's it, man. Who is Gatsby Randolph? Congratulations, in the running for an Oscar, my G.
Crazy.
Like, yo, from walking into a party with an Oscar from 1994 to being in the running, my G, you did it. You did it.
Thanks, man. And y'all got to come with me. I'm throwing the hugest. Well, one, on February the 20th is the official premiere, because the film comes out February 23rd, live on. And this is what we're doing for the film premiere. Let me address this. Because it's COVID and everybody's locked down, there hasn't been an award show season. I wanted to make the world's most exclusive movie and give it to you in a virtual award show party environment. So the film is coming out February 23rd on pay-per-view, like a live event. And I want everyone to go get dressed up. Everyone go get dressed up, grab a bottle of champagne, And you ain't got to be in Hollywood to go to Vanity Fair. Just watch the movie. You'll be at the Grammys. You'll be at Vanity Fair. You'll be at Rock Nation Brunch. You'll be everywhere. This is where the film was shot. So, but for you guys, on February 20th, we're having the in-person COVID-safe premiere. It's black tie, a lot of champagne, cashmere caviar. Y'all definitely have invites to come to the premiere and experience the movie with us on February 20th. Oh, let's go, baby! Let's go.
You said get the champagne.
You got to. See, Cruz, this bottle's for you, Cruz. Cruz, I ain't even gonna pop this. I got this one for you. You know what I'm saying? I got that one for you when you come.
I appreciate that, man.
So,
where's this party gonna be held at, man?
Yeah, where it at?
Man, see, only thing is, it's at a very special place in the sky penthouse downtown. I can't give out the address because it'll be, it's gonna be special, But y'all don't worry about it. Y'all are on the list. You guys are good. You know what I'm saying? You got whatever.
I am the ticket, Gatsby. I am the ticket.
You are the ticket. That's what I'm saying. So you're good anyway. Okay. I couldn't keep you out if I wanted to, but I wouldn't even want to. But so that's what's going on. But look, we ain't just stopping there. We're gonna go get this Oscar. We're gonna bring one of these gold men back home. And I'm telling you, on that night, you guys are with me. Because you guys are the first people to put me on the airwaves in Los Angeles, you guys are with me that night. And we just gonna make love to the moon and just spray a whole bunch of champagne and have a great time.
Cruising
That's what
time.
I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking. Listen, all I gotta say is you a bad motherfucker, man. Let's make history together.
Let's make it happen, man.
I'm glad I was part of the journey.
Let's do it, man.
Who is Gatsby Randolph? Yo, this is legendary. We salute you, my guy. Thank you very much for your time. And we're gonna party, dog. We're
gonna party, man. Let's keep the vibes back. Let's get the vibes back going.
Let's get it, dog. We appreciate it, man. Thank you. Congratulations on the Oscar nomination. I mean, this is major, bro. Cheers, my brother.
Thanks, brother. My man.